Hi, I'm David and I'm here to answer some of the most common questions about specialty tires and wheels. In this episode, the theme is, what's the difference? The main difference is in construction. When bias, also called diagonal, are having diagonal plies against each other, they does not need belts. When radial is having plies from bead to bead, radial construction, but they need to have belts to have stabilized profile and the shape which we know. Bias ply tires are more durable. They are not having that big issues with puncturing or stability. However, radials are more technologically advanced. They are more difficult to make and they are way better for high-speed applications. However, there are still possibilities for bias tire to shine, and that's loader applications, forestry, where you need that durability, that stability for bias ply tires. Offset, otherwise called ein Persieve or ET, is showing us how far from the center line of the wheel we are moving the mounting face of the wheel. So if we are moving the wheels outside or more inside to the chassis of the machine. We can set up the track width of the machine, also overall width of the machine. So we can make it wider for more stability or narrower to fit into the places. Flotation tires were designed mainly for soft surfaces like sand or mud to have capability to float on the surface. How it was achieved that? It is having wider footprint and lower inflation pressure to reduce the ground pressure. Thanks to that, they're able to stand on the surface and not dig too deep. The main difference is in the looks. Aluminum wheels just look nicer. However, there are some conditions where you can choose rather steel wheels. For example, if you are using your trailer in high demanding conditions where there is big possibility of damaging the wheel, you can repair that wheel with a hammer. You cannot do that with aluminum wheels. Ply rating is coming from the past, where ply rating was telling you how many plies are inside of the tire for bias tire. However, nowadays technologies moved on, so it does not reflect how many plies are inside of the tire, because 6-ply rating tire can still have only 4 plies, but it will be as strong as 6-ply tire in the past. You can just say that 4-ply rating tire is not as good as 6-ply rating tire in case of load, 6-ply rating tire is not as good as 8-ply rating tire, and so on. However, you will never be able to say exactly the load capabilities of the tire. That's why there is coming newer version of finding out what load is suitable for the tire, and that's load index. Load index is telling you exactly at what speed you are having what load capability of the tire.